It's time to really help move the dial, move the needle, so to speak, so that we're not just in this constant, perpetual, never-ending generational cycles, right? So this is an opportunity for you at the human level, the ego level, personality, construct level, to partner with your greater self as it engages in this reformatting. Do me a favor, if you would, and be sure and like the videos, leave a comment, even if it's just a heart. What I'm being told is that this is a gift that's coming through, and it's meant to help many, many people. So if we can just kind of get it off the ground and get it out there, that would be wonderful. And feel free to share them. Hey everyone, Aisha Love, Multidimensional You. It's been a nice relaxing day in the last of the summer sun, and what I just want to do is a quick brief introduction to these 12 days of shift. So some of you may have read some of my posts or gotten my email newsletter update that last Wednesday, I think it was, I went through a major perspective shift. Kind of started out as a conversation with Source, and really was like an invitation and like a remembering. It almost felt like keeping a divine appointment, because of like, you know, anytime you experience something like that, you can almost feel this energetic reverberation of like deja vu and like, oh my gosh, I finally got to where I think I was trying to get to this entire lifetime, or maybe lifetimes. And if I can sum it up to say that what I was instructed to do, because I went to take a nap after all of this perspective and energetic shift came in, and upgrade, and frankly, application of my free will choice, right? In a different, like larger, way more zoomed out context. I went to take a nap, and right as I was falling asleep, I heard make 12 templates and put them everywhere. Oh yeah, do you feel that? Oh man. So this is just coming through me, just like I know many of you, things come through you in service to others. And I think, you know, I'll give you a little more context here, but I can really tell that with the foundation is love, okay? That is our foundation of everything. But we put, you know, a bunch of stuff on and layers and gunk, and we forget. And what it feels like in this time, at this point right now on this planet anyway, but it feels like it's going way beyond this planet, especially because of the work we're doing here and the way it affects the rest of our multidimensional selves. It's time to really help move the dial, move the needle, so to speak, so that we're not just in this constant, perpetual, never-ending generational cycles, right? Generation after generation after generation, repeating the same thing, right? And there really is a tremendous amount of what feels like breakthrough happening now. And so this shift of like these 12 plus a 13th one bonus, 12 kind of really encumbered, dense, distorted states of being, shame, guilt, jealousy, sabotage, unworthiness. I mean, right? These are like these are just like lifting heavy weights. And what I'm being told to share now is that all of that has its place, and none of it's inherently wrong. So we're like not shaming shame, because we as souls come here to have all sorts of different experiences, except like, right, you can feel it coming in. This system at this time is shedding a lot of those old states of being. It does not intend to stay in the same place that it has been. Okay, so it feels like the planetary consciousness wants us to reflect. Just like you would not want to be the same person you were 20 years ago, don't expect me to stay in the same place, not when there's this opportunity to make huge shift. And so it's kind of like humanity needs to do its part now, you know? Yeah, I can feel all the interdimensionals like, yes, hello, wake up. So that's the preface I want to give you. And the bigger conversation, let's see if there's anything that is important to share there. Yes, okay, so as you have your own direct connection and relationship with Source as part of Source, but like almost like that's the mainframe where you can kind of take back and bounce ideas off of. But we're the ones in the system, we're the ones in a body, we're the, you know, so there's a reflection back, but like, I don't know, what do you think? You're the one there making those decisions, creating as a fractal of Source. So So I got to this really huge, way zoomed up level I've never frankly gone to before, to just say, if I could look down on all of it, and all of it, what I know, like, which is like massive in terms of dimensions, what else is possible here? And if I can sum it up, here's the really exciting point, and why I'm being encouraged to share this. If we can innovate using our free will, it's at this level, which basically means helping shift the inputs so the outputs are different, like the programmers in the room, so to speak. That's what these highly efficient multidimensional technologies and template shifts are. If we can do it at this level, I mean, you can do anything in terms of applying your free will choice. Because that was a conversation. It's like, how do we not override free will if people want to have this experience? Well, here's the workaround. So we're here in human form and we have free will. We may just have access to really advanced technology. But we came in. Right? Give me a high five if you know, or high 10. If you've done the heavy lifting, we all have. If you're in human form, you have taken on the stuff and you have been alchemizing it. So that gives us a unique prerogative. If one creation wants to innovate something that impacts other creations, that's the use of free will. And we know this because it's being done in the reverse negative polarity all the time, right? But now we're getting to this juncture where those of us who came in with, a certain type of contract and with connections that go right way beyond form, now we get to really innovate on behalf of love and helping all the different creations that kind of maybe are circling around. And it's not even, because souls can come and go. It's much more the resident material creation that is ready for an upgrade. If that makes sense. I know it's getting a little esoteric, but I know for some of you really enjoy this stuff, so we'll geek out. Okay, now back to how this is going to just benefit you. A couple of disclaimers. So, I did them very quickly because I recorded them back to back. And then I had to take a couple days. I laugh at myself sometimes, like, oh, right. So that's why I'm releasing them one by one. But when they're all out there, and if somebody happens to do them all back to back, you might need to be offline for a couple days. So having said that, I would say, here comes a beautiful bird flying over, huge bird. I would say, pace yourself and make sure you do them when you might have some time afterward to integrate. Especially going walking, I'm being shown, would be really beneficial. So the most important thing is that you are engaging by your own free will. And so when you engage, basically you're being present and you're being offered a gift and you're receiving it. Okay. And so it's happening at the level of key codes and energy. So it's very fast. Most of all this work I'm doing now, it's just like my field work. It happens in seconds. The healing with vibronics was unbelievable and yet efficient. It kind of makes sense, right? We wouldn't expect really advanced technology to be really hard labor. So what you want to do is just make sure that you're not distracted, that you can really be energetically present and connected and receive and follow the instructions, which is basically to bring up all the recall of whatever the negative emotion like shame that you have. Just bring it all to the table. Don't try to hide any of it. And then let the magic happen. And then the other thing I'll just say is you may be surprised at what then surfaces. I noticed a couple days later, I woke up with so much clarity about a negative pattern that had somehow eluded my awareness. It was in my gap. And I went, wow. And that's so helpful because then you can go, okay, well, we're not going to do that anymore. Free will choice. Thank you so much. It's it basically it's taking shadow work to another level because it's helping you clear out at such a fundamental level. It's almost like the way that we configure ourselves in terms of geometries and molds, and then form creates from that. So this is an opportunity for you at the human level, the ego level, personality, construct level, to partner with your greater self as it engages in this reformatting, and then to free yourself from, inherited states of being, the ancestral line stuff, and to do it consciously. So it's not, it's not like you pop a pill and you don't have to worry about it. I mean, I'd never advocate for that anyway, because you don't have any soul growth that way. This is more like, you would have to wash your clothes by hand, and now somebody's like, hey, I have a washing machine, and you're like, yes, please. Let's make this much easier and much more efficient, and it's much easier on you, because now your psyche is just free to see, right? Versus being caught up in all the distortional entanglements and frustrated and, projecting, and oh my gosh, that merry-go-round that kind of goes nowhere. So yeah, I'm really excited. 12 consecutive days, and then a 13th day is fear. I just felt like, oh yeah, let's put fear on the back end of this as the bookend, right? So do me a favor, if you would, and be sure and like the videos, leave a comment, even if it's just a heart. What I'm being told is that this is a gift that's coming through, and it's meant to help many, many people. So if we can just kind of get it off the ground and get it out there, that would be wonderful. And feel free to share them. And again, you might be kind of like, wait, that's it? That's all that was it? Now, some of you might be blown away, because you're going to feel it and you're going to go, I can't believe that happened just in that amount of time. And so what this is going to do is going to start to open doors in your own mind about what's possible, about letting go of old beliefs of like things have to take really long time. And the other thing I'm being shown is that this is going to enable a lot of us to open doors that we didn't even realize were there, almost like kind of creating new doors. Okay, so with that, I look forward to hearing how this all goes for you, and onward and upward up that spiral home and bringing home here. That may be the last thing to mention, is a lot of this is, if the foundation of everything truly is love, this is a beautiful way to reset your foundation to that, because we're not just like clearing things out, we're actually taking those dense states and alchemizing them back to love. So your love quotient is about to go up big time. All right. I love you all so much. Enjoy the series, and I'll see you on the other side of this.